I'll give everybody a few minutes to hop on. Hopefully everybody had a good holiday thus far. Use that time to spend some time with the family. Hopefully you guys engaged with your family. I saw somebody put a post up and said, let's use this holiday to not sit around the table and gossip about other family members, but let's use this time to sit around the table and educate each other. Let's help each other level up. And hopefully you guys took advantage of that. Welcome. Again, if you're just hopping on, my name is Roundtree. And like I said, today is going to be a little bit of a shorter version of Fico Friday. Juwan Music, peace. What's going on, family? Welcome. So, again, welcome to today's Fico Friday. Hopefully you guys had a good week thus far. I know this is probably one of my favorite days of the week. Not probably. This is my favorite day of the week. And not because it's Friday, because every day is Friday for me, just based upon my mindset. But, it feels good to be able to hop on here and really provide you guys this information, this content, getting a lot of great feedback. And, I have other people who have reached out to me and said Fico Friday is their favorite day of the week. So, I just want to be able to reciprocate that same energy. For those who don't know who I am, Will Roundtree, president and owner of We Management Services, president and co-founder of Easy Funding, credit mastery instructor for the J. Morrison Academy, author of the book Credit is King. If you have not picked up your copy of this book, I'm gonna say this every single week. You're doing yourself, your family, your loved ones, all a disservice. This is definitely a great stocking stuffer. And for those who haven't seen, I just actually put up a post on my Insta Live that I want to donate 100 of these books. So I'm going to need you guys to do me a huge favor. I need you guys to tag a school. I need you guys to tag a program. I need you guys to tag an organization. And I'm going to donate 100 of these books. Hopefully one organization will be able to get the benefit of all 100. My company is going to cover the cost 100%. We're going to take care of the shipping. And we don't care what city this organization, this school, or whatever is located at. So for all my principals, all my teachers, I just personally feel that everybody should be financially literate. With all of the different things coming down the pike, potentially the ultra FICO score, and, just to put ourselves in a better position. I always tell people that the credit literally can help level the playing field. Credit is the bloodline or the lifeline to your business. For all my entrepreneurs out there, trust me, I've heard the stories of us as entrepreneurs, because I'm going to include myself in this category, trying to run a business on fragile credit. It's damn near impossible, because, what do you do when you need to go out there and lease a building? You got to get a cosigner or find somebody else to put it in. What do you do when you need to be able to purchase inventory? What do you do when you just need a $5,000 line of credit to be able to help your business stay afloat during those slow seasons? What do you do when you can't cover payroll? I've literally had clients who have been able to cover payroll during their slow seasons because they were able to get access to some capital, but it all started with their credit. Your credit has an indirect impact to your livelihood. Bad credit is more expensive. You're going to pay more in interest rates. You're going to pay more in fees. I had someone who reached out to me who was trying to go rent an apartment, and they wanted to charge her 3 times the deposit because she had a sub par credit score. So imagine your monthly rent is, $800-900 a month, $1,000, whatever you pay for monthly rent. And you got to put down 3 times the deposit because your credit is not in position. Why would you even want to put yourself in that situation? And so, I know tax season is coming up. One of the other pitfalls I see, a lot of us are putting down 20% on a depreciating vehicle. A vehicle that's not even going to be at the value of what you paid for it as soon as you drive off the lot. And so let's use our tax refunds to be able to position ourselves to fix our credit. So now you can go to the dealership and pick out a vehicle without putting down 20%, without putting any money down. I shared the story last week. My sister was able to buy a vehicle no money out of pocket. She literally applied with BMW online. They called her and said, just let us know what color you want of the vehicle and we'll deliver it to you. That's the type of service having good credit can put you in position to be able to do. A lot of that information that I talk about is in this book. Again, I want to give away 100 copies of this book, preferably to an organization, a school. So I need you guys to tag the principals of these schools. I want you to tag an organization, whoever that you deem or you feel that could benefit from this. So if I do have any teachers, any, organizational leaders, any principals or whatever, reach out to me, reach out to my team, and we're going to donate 100 of the books. Credit is King. And the name of the book is Credit is King, family. And we want to get that over to you guys. All right. So again, for those who just hopped on, this is going to probably be a little bit of a shorter, condensed version of FICO Friday. We will take some questions, but let's just address the elephant in the room. All right. Besides the leverage everything hat. Hopefully you guys like the hat. Pots, blessed up. Appreciate it, family. So today is Black Friday. For those who don't know, Black Friday is probably one of these, largest consumer days out there in the United States. I can remember about 5-6 years ago going to stand in line with my daughter at, midnight trying to get, the one television that Best Buy had. One of the things they don't tell you with Black Friday, when you got that unbelievable deal for that television, a 50-inch television for $199. Well, the first thing they don't tell you is only 2 in the store. And then second thing they don't tell you, it is probably the lowest end of their quality of television brands that they don't even sell during a regular time of the year. And so, as I've grown and matured with my finances, I began to think like, what? I'm going to use Black Friday to invest in my financial education. And one of the things that I always have learned is that a lot of, different organizations, whether it's Jim Rohn Success Program or whoever, have Black Friday promotional sales. So what we wanted to do here as a family, we wanted to offer you guys, some Black Friday promotional sales that we're offering. So the first one is our easy funding. Now with easy funding, I always tell people, and I like to share my story. I started out as my own client. About 5 years ago, I had started a business, used all my own capital. The business didn't go well, but guess what? I ran out of money. And through my, education and working with other mentors and people who were just way more successful than myself at the time, one of the things they always said is that, wealthy people leverage their credit. The Leverage Everything hoodies will actually be on the lookout. We're going to be dropping something on Monday for the I don't have the hoodie on today. This is the Tulsa Real Estate hoodie, but yeah, we're going to have the Leverage Everything hoodies for sale. And so started learning about how wealthy people don't use their own money, because the thing that you always want to realize is that the most powerful tool that anybody could use is leverage. Think about it. We leverage things all the time with no type of, reward or, anything on the back end. And so once we truly understand the power of leveraging when it comes to building wealth, it gives you an opportunity to expedite your wealth building process. Putting yourself in position of getting access to capital, so that way you now can grow your business. You can expand your business. You can scale your business. One of the biggest reasons I was able to scale my business a lot quicker is because I was able to start delegating. But the reason I was able to start delegating is because now I can hire staff. I can hire a photographer. I can hire a videographer. I can hire, a marketing team. I can hire operations manager. I can hire, individuals. So now I don't have to wear every single hat. Now, in the beginning, when I first started my business, I had to wear every single hat. But that's because I didn't know any better. But like I always say, when you know better, you do better. So now that we all know better, let's position ourselves so that we can grow and scale our businesses, because 2019, with all of the promo ending at midnight. No, the promo is actually until I think over the next 48 to 72 hours, family. So go to useeasyfunding.com and get access to that. So the thing that I always want to tell people is that, the reason I was able to grow and scale my business so fast is because, I was able to have access to more capital and be able to, like I said, to start to delegate different things. King Andre, what's going on? And be able to start delegating a lot of the services or tasks that I needed to be able to delegate. And that's the benefit. So so this is what I want to do. I want to challenge every single person who's on these lives. I can promise you, I don't like to use the word guarantee because the only thing that we can guarantee is death and taxes. But what I can do is promise you that this is going to be the best $349 you've ever spent in your life. And if you don't believe me, I can definitely let you know anyone who has went through our easy funding and who has followed the blueprint, because keep in mind, not everybody who goes through something follows through on what they're supposed to do. We do what we're supposed to do, but not everybody does what they're supposed to do. But every single person who's went through the blueprint and followed it to a T has always come out on top. So what I want you to do is imagine right now, if you could start your business today, if you can grow your business today, if you just had access to an additional $10,000 today, what would you do with that? Now imagine being able to position yourself to get access. What if all you got was $10,000 and it cost you $349? I know people who are standing in line for the next 10 hours to spend more than $349 to buy a television that's not even going to work in 6 months. So understand that, I'm not saying any of this really just to impress you, but just to impress upon you. Sometimes people say, well, what if I invest and it doesn't work? And I say, well, what if it does? I've blown $349 and got no return on investment. So I'm going to challenge you. If you don't have $349, if you have to borrow it, go borrow it. It reminds me of a time when, I had a friend who owns a car dealership, and he had ended up finding I think it was old Range Rover for his dealership, and the Range Rover, it was pretty beat up, but people just love Range Rovers for whatever reason. And so I remember the person who bought it was somebody who didn't even have the money, and they went out and found the money to buy this vehicle. So one of the things that taught me is people can find the money for something that they deem as a necessity. Literally $349 to change your entire life, $349 to change your entire family's life, your family trajectory financially is definitely well worth it. So that's one of the things that I'm going to challenge everybody to do. I want our servers to get shut down because we have so many people trying to purchase this easy funding. I'm telling you, if we can change the economics in our communities, it's nothing that we will not be able to do. We're always saying, hey, we need more black-owned coffee shops. We need more, black-owned banks. We need more, this. We need to start our own this. We need to start our own that. So I'm going to challenge you. What are you doing about it to position yourself so you can be the one that open that coffee shop? So you can be the one that open up that black bank. So you can be the one that open up that black grocery store. So you can be the one that open up the black beauty supply store. We're the largest consumer of beauty supplies, and we don't own any of the beauty supply stores. So I'm going to challenge you to position yourself so you can be the one that own it. So we can open and own more grocery stores. So we can open and own more produce. We want to be, we want to have access to more organic fruits and vegetables. Well, go out there and start it. We want to own more car washes. Let's own more, black owned, private and charter schools. Let's own more production studios. Let's own more car dealerships. Let's own more of what we're spending and flipping our consumer dollars. But if we're not putting ourselves in position to own it, then we're just part of the problem. We have to be a part of the solution. And if you're going to let $349 stop you from being a part of the problem, then that's where our anchor is being broken at. So again, I want to challenge everybody. Let's go out there and definitely do that. Is this in your bio to sign up for? Motivated by my success. Love the handle. You can actually go to useeasyfunding.com. Let me go ahead and write that in there. And if my wife is on my page, if you can go ahead and put that in the comments. Sorry, y'all. Easy Funding. Useeasyfunding.com, and when you get to the checkout, you will be able to take advantage of the promo for only $349. All right. So next promotion, and then I'm gonna take some questions from you guys. Hopefully this has been beneficial for you guys. I don't know how to pin it, Roland. I'm like a novice when it comes to social media with some of this stuff. All I know how to do is post videos and pictures. I don't really know how to pin it. What if you haven't gone through the credit repair yet? Good question, Darren. Even if you haven't went through credit repair, I would say lock in, because guess what? It's nothing worse than, or as I always say, I'd rather be in position and not need it than to need it and not be in position. So the last thing you want to do is, let's say it take you a year to get your credit fixed. And if it does, that's okay. But then our easy funding is back at $3,000. So I can tell you, like I shared my story even when I went through easy funding, because I get people to say, well, I don't have a business right now. Well, if you feel that you're going to be going in business in the next 6 months, position yourself. You know, when I first got my easy funding, I sat on it for 6 months. So Darren, I recommend at least locking in, because then what's going to happen, you're going to know what we're going to give you an analysis to let you know what you have to do with your credit to get in position. And then, of course, we do offer credit repair as well. When are you going to start the class to teach people how to help other credit repair their credit? I actually did a webinar on how to create a 6-figure business in credit repair. All right. So the next promo, and then I'm going to open it up for some Q&A. So for those who don't know, I do offer one-on-one coaching. Now, I'm going to toot my own horn, pop my collar. I don't know if people still say that, but one of the benefits with working with myself and my team when we do one-on-one coaching with our clients is that not only are you going to learn the real estate how-tos, but you're also going to get game on a credit standpoint at a higher level. See, it's not a lot of real estate gurus that understand credit. That's why they tell you, go work on your credit, then come back. I can tell you this. I've known people that spent $50, $60, $100,000 with those real estate gurus, the Than Merrills, the Robert Kiyosakis, and they do not even talk about credit from a help standpoint. They tell you, go work on your credit and then come back. In the meantime, we got your 50 grand. Oh, your credit is jacked up. Go find somebody that has good credit, and then we can do a deal. And then we're going to take 50% of it. They don't talk about credit because all they care about is getting that 50,000, getting that 100,000 for coaching. And I'm telling you, I see it all the time. I have 2 coaching clients right now that when they spend over $50,000 then don't even know how to break down a deal, nor how to go and get money from a bank to fund and finance their deal. So I'm telling you, the value that we're giving you guys, I'm not just saying this because I'm a product of my environment. What I'm saying is because I know what's out there, family. And anybody who's ever done business with me and my team will tell you, we're not in the business of just taking your money. I've turned down clients because I didn't feel that we could meet their expectation. And if I feel I can't meet your expectation, I'd rather not even do business with you until you are ready, or we feel we can, come to an agreement of what is, what you deem would be success for you on the end result. And so one of the things that we're going to do, or what I'm going to do for you guys, is I'm going to give you guys 38% off my one-on-one coaching. Again, with my one-on-one coaching, not only are we going to talk about real estate, we're going to talk real estate strategies, how to deal with the banks, how to find property management companies, how to deal with insurance agents. Did you know when you're getting a quote for insurance for a property, most insurance companies are always going to give you the highest quote. They don't tell you that they have what's called 100% rebuild and an 80% rebuild. And sometimes it's a 25% difference in cost. In real estate investing, you need to be able to count every single penny. Another thing, when it comes to real estate investing, most novice real estate investors, one of the biggest components and steps that they miss is they don't want to pay for a real estate inspection. Well, what if you bought a property because you thought it was a good deal and the roof needs to get replaced? $25,000 expense that you didn't even account for. So now you're carrying costs. Most real estate investors, or a lot of real estate investors who are new, don't factor in carrying costs. How much did it cost for you to get into the deal? Then the strategies on how to refinance out of the deal. Are you just going to stay in that high interest forever? So these are the things that we're going to teach you. We're going to teach you how to find out of market deals. I have some one-on-one coaching clients who live in New York. What if you live in the city of New York, in Brooklyn, where the average purchase price is $2.5 million? Then what do? You got to have minimum 20% to purchase. So we're going to show you how to purchase deals outside your backyard. 80% of my coaching clients have bought in properties outside of their backyard, but they were confident in doing so because we took them through the process and educated them on how to properly purchase outside, as what King J calls your B market. You know, you want to have an A, B, and C market. You know, Las Vegas is not a market that real estate investing is beneficial for me and my team, because the average purchase price versus what you can get in rents doesn't make sense. So we purchase property outside of Las Vegas, but we can confidently do so because we have our real estate A team. If you don't have your A team, then everything is going to fall apart and eventually crumble. And so, King Robert, what's going on, King? And so 38% off my one-on-one coaching for real estate and credit coaching that comes with it. Yes, you'll be talking with myself and my advisors. And we're going to give you access to all of our resources. We're going to give you banking resources. And we're going to help you get access to the capital to even acquire the property. So we're pretty much at capacity, so we're not even taking a lot of people. We're taking probably about another 5 to 7 people for my one-on-one coaching. So if my wife is in the feed, if you can go ahead and pin that. But to get to the one-on-one coaching on the JMA page, I will go ahead and let you know where you can go and do so. It's at J Morrison Academy.com/Roundtree. And you will be able to take advantage of the coaching. 38% off one-on-one coaching. Now you must use the promo code CREDIT700. Promo code CREDIT700 to get access to the 38% off. Can you do easy funding 2 times? Absolutely. I've had clients who've done easy funding multiple times. The good thing about when you go through easy funding is we work with you for up to 12 months. So, you know, excuse me. Now, this is how my mind works. You know, Jim Rohn once said, he learned entrepreneurship at a young age because he understood that he had 2 bikes, one that he rode and one that he rented. So my mind is always spinning. And so as an entrepreneur, the thing I'm going to put you guys up on, you can do this same process with multiple companies. Think about that. Imagine having 4 companies and you getting credit on all of them. Now, yes, you being the sole personal guarantor on them could start to dilute it, but that's why you start to position and get credit investors in position. Again, I talked about at the top of this live, these holidays should be used to sit down to educate our family and be like, okay, look, this is how we're going to play this. I need everybody in the family who's serious about building wealth. I need everybody to go and pull their credit, because what we're going to do is I'm going to guarantee my family that we can get access to over $500,000 in credit in the next 12 to 24 months. Who wants in? How do we do that? I'm glad you guys asked. I need you to go to www.creditchecktotal.com. First, we're going to start by pulling our credit reports. Who's serious? Okay, everybody come back with the credit. Now we're going to start game planning and structuring everything that you've been learning from us. And then from that point, everybody, okay, I need everybody to set up an LLC. Y'all don't know how to do it? Okay, boom. I'm going to walk y'all through those steps. Setting up 5, 10, 15 people in your family. You guys all have an LLC. Now, you're the facilitator. You're the developer of this project. So you now can go on each one of those companies' LLCs if you want and be a minority owner, just so that way you can structure the deal and make sure everybody go through it properly. Now, imagine if those 10 people only got $50,000 of credit over 12 months. Think about $50,000 in credit. We do that in our sleep with most of our clients. So understand, we don't have a lack of money problem. We have a lack of strategy. But I'm giving you guys the game. I give it to you every single Friday. All right. So let's put our family on. Let's put our team on. And let's really go out here in 2019, have it be our most profitable, most prosperous year in history. I'm telling you, family, we can truly break records. We're going to have them saying, what the hell is going on over there with them? You know, we want them to write books about us in history, because we've done something so monumental and really educated our community on how to get access to this money, on how to truly level up, on how to be able to go out there and do whatever it is that we want to do. You know, it should never be a time when we feel we have to go without, because now we have too much information. You know, our brain, our mind is like, think about it like this. All right, our brains have the cap, okay? Our head is the bottom. Our skull is the cap. Once you start stuffing information in there, eventually the lid is going to pop. And that's how I felt. That's how I feel for the past 5 years, that my lid has popped, because I've learned so much to where I'll never go back to shopping at the 99-cent store, because that's all I can afford. I remember moving to Vegas, and my grocery shopping consisted of going to the 99-cent store, eating top ramen and Captain Crunch every single day, because I didn't have anything. You know, I remember sleeping in my car. I remember hiding my car from the repo man. I used to park my car in a casino structure, because I knew that they can't go onto private property to go and tow my vehicle. And I would walk 3 blocks to where I was living at the time. But where I was living was in a weekly motel where I slept on bath towels every single day. Didn't have a television, didn't have no furniture. But guess what? Because I knew where I was headed to, I never felt like I didn't have. Because the information carried me through the journey. And I knew what the end result was going to be, as long as I stayed faithful to the process. And now, because I've learned so much information over the past 10 years, I could never, ever go back to that again. I don't care if I did lose everything physically, I know I'll be back up again eventually. That's how I want you guys to feel with this information. Once you get this information, you can never go back to the old you, regardless of where you started at. So that's why I get excited about this. That's why you want to take advantage of these promotions, because I'm telling you, family, for the value of what easy funding alone is, it should be $10,000 for this service. Real talk. But we would be doing a disservice if we did charge you that. Same thing with our one-on-one real estate coaching. So hopefully you guys see my passion. You know, I just get excited. But let me go ahead and take a couple questions here. All right. How much is the program to fix credit? You want to reach out to the Academy, 844-JOIN-JMA. Otis Harris. It's really going to be dependent on what your credit looks like. So I would say reach out so we can have one of our wealth advisors give you a credit assessment. All right, let me see what we got. Can I make this happen while working a full-time job? Kevin, absolutely. I always share with people, the best training that I got in entrepreneurship came while I was working my full-time job. And the reason I say that is because I learned everything of what not to do. Everything I hated about the company I was working for, I took that in consideration when I was growing and building my business. Plus, I learned a lot about the back end on processes and procedures and all of that. Plus, just also understanding, you work full time on your living, but you work part time on your fortune. So, you know, I didn't immediately start becoming profitable as a business. I mean, I've been in business, I've been in entrepreneurship over 15 plus years. It took me all over 10 years to see a true profit. And just within the last 3 to 4 years, have I really acquired any amounts of success, financially. So it's definitely not overnight, but also understand success is subjective, and that's why I always tell people, celebrate the small wins, just like in a game of baseball. Baseball players make millions of dollars to bunt the ball. They don't even all hit home runs. So we got to start celebrating the milestone wins. We do creative auto funding. Let's link up. Exclusive bids, absolutely. Reach out to us. Send me a direct message. So your personal credit needs to be strong before easy funding. It doesn't need to be, but your personal credit makes a big difference. But don't let that stop you. See, a lot of times we find ways to come up with excuses on not to be successful. Again, even if, I have clients all the time where their credit is challenged. I say, you know what? Don't let that stop you, because the thing about when you go through easy funding, you're getting coaching on what you have to do to position your credit. And the reason that's important is because I see a lot of people go to these third-party companies that don't really know much about credit, and they've ended up spending 3 times the amount with those companies and gotten 0 results. We have a proven track record. And so regardless of where your credit is at, I say get locked in. So now we can give you the game to position yourself. All right. Becoming more. Hopefully that was helpful for you. Can you lock the promo until you're ready? Yes, absolutely. I actually just saw that. All right. True. Dealt with y'all when I was on probation and my credit is straight. Correct. And my credit profile is straight. Trigger fo. Appreciate that, family. Can you split the payment for one-on-one coaching? Kindle C22. I'm not sure. Reach out to the office, 844 join JMA. That's something that we have done in the past where, they've split up the payments for you, but you just don't start the coaching until we get started. So, you know what, Kendall, if you lock in the next 48 hours, I will have them honor that you can split that up. Because keep in mind, I'm only taking about another 5 or 7 people for one-on-one coaching. When will the promo be available? It's available right now. Lexington Law Firm is a company that takes your money with no results. You know what? I normally don't like to talk about other companies, but one of the things I will tell you, most of my clients who have dealt with Lexington Law in the past have been there an average of about 6 to 12 months with very little results. I remember I had a client, he was with them 36 months and he was spending $150 a month. He spent $5,400 with that company and got no results. So sometimes we buy because it sounds cheaper, but cheap doesn't always mean it's good quality. I always tell people, how come we want to cut corners when it comes to building wealth, but we want to go and spend 3 times the amount when it comes to buying sneakers, buying belts, buying purses, buying, all these things that's going to be out of style in 3 months anyway. And so I'd rather invest my money into something that's going to put me in position to where I can go and buy that stuff if I wanted to 1,000,000 times over. But I choose to invest in myself, my financial future, my family's financial future, and all of that stuff. One of the most gratifying things out of everything that I've been able to do within my journey of entrepreneurship is retire my wife. My wife now can go and run her nonprofit, which she's been doing an incredible job doing because of the grind that I've been putting in over the past 10 plus years, and she's been helping me in the background on a lot of the things. And so imagine you being able to help retire your queen. You've been able to help retire your king. You've been able to help retire your moms. And so that's more than anything is what drove me. I wanted to be able to provide a lifestyle for my family. So it's not even doing the real estate and the business and all of that just to be able to say, hey, I'm an entrepreneur because it sounds cute. I did it for the time freedom. I did it for the financial freedom, to be able to take a trip in the middle of the week on a day's notice, to be able to take, our kids on a trip, for the birthday, or be able to donate money to an organization, to be able to sponsor a family. I'm sponsoring 11 kids, 11 youth young kings to go to a hockey game out here in Las Vegas. Now if my company was not in position, I wouldn't be able to do so. So it feels good to be able to take a group of kids at a school who've probably never been to a sporting event in their life and be able to take them to a sports game. That's what I love to do. All right, let me see what else we got here. Having an issue accessing my profile and credit check total and reached out via email or try going to Experian.com. And if that's an issue, you probably have a block on your credit report. So the bureaus have a block on it. All right, where can I get some real estate or credit tips from? Right here, every single week. You can also go to my YouTube. My YouTube channel is Mr. Will Roundtree on YouTube. How much can I expect for a 3-year-old corp with no income? It really depends what your credit profile look like. But that's the other benefit when you go through Easy Funding. We've helped people with no income get access to capital. I mean, real talk. I've helped an individual who was homeless get access to capital, and he was able to go and start his automobile detailing company. So imagine being able to take somebody who's literally homeless and get capital to go and even just have money to be able to go and live. I mean, that's the power of credit. So what does the 349 include? The 349 is going to include one-on-one coaching with our team. You're going to get 12 months of group coaching calls. You're going to get our business compliance checklist, and we're going to work with you for up to a year to helping you get access to credit. Plus, you're going to get access to our credit mastery course. The credit mastery course alone, we sell for $700. The entire value of Easy Funding is $6,000. We're going to give that to you for only $349. Easy Funding. How can I get student loan and charge-off removed from my 3 credit reports? I would say you want to get a credit assessment so that way we can see what is going on with your report. And keep in mind, let's say your credit is in position where potentially it may not be repairable. It's potentially possible, especially if you have a bunch of student loan debt. I had a client who had 95 student loan accounts in charge-off status. Now, could it eventually get repaired? Yes, but it is going to take some time. So let's stop thinking, hey, poor me. Why not say, you know what? I'm going to start to now leverage my resources. So I'm going to put my partner on. I have a client out of California who she feels she can't get her credit in position in the timely manner based off her expectation. So what she did was she got her business partner in position, and now we're about to go through the funding process. So we have to stop thinking so linear. As an entrepreneur, the biggest thing I can tell you about entrepreneurship is that it's unconventional. Entrepreneurship is unconventional. So you got to think outside the box. And I think that's why a lot of us have limited success, is because we've been taught to think linear. And as opposed to saying, you know what, I may have to call an audible. I may have to think outside the box. But that's what makes entrepreneurship so great. There's no rules. It's nobody that said, hey, you only have to go straight. No, I'm going to go straight, left, right, up, down, sideways, all that. But that's how you get that much closer to your goal. Is it possible to get $300,000 off one LLC? Yes. Capstone Investment Group is at 280, and he capped that himself because he had enough to do what he wanted to do. Mr. VIP 317, I appreciate that, family. Thank you. I need help with my business credit. Royalty T30. Hopefully you're signing up for our one-on-one coaching. Go to jmorrisonacademy.com/Roundtree so we can help you with your business credit. All right. So I'll take a few more questions. I went 8 months with 1 deletion. Thanks, King Will, for cleaning my credit. Oh, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Is a class on credit. Man, you guys got some good questions. Is it a good idea to refinance your vehicle before the one-on-one or after? It really don't matter. The thing about when you refinance your vehicle, what it does is it just helps you get more, of your income back. because, and I actually just had this conversation with someone the other day. They had an automobile that they purchased when their credit was subpar. They were spending about $500 for a vehicle where their payment should have been about 200 to 300 and some change. And so we got their credit in position. They went back and refinanced. Their payment had went down to $193. So imagine your payment going from 500 and some change to 193. And the reason it dropped so low is because they have been making payments on the vehicle for about 3 to 4 years. So I'm a true believer in refinancing if you have to. Again, it's really just all strategy. How long is the inquiry removal process? Typically about 30 to 45 days. The credit bureaus generally like to drag their feet around the holidays. So worst case scenario, it could take 60. But I can tell you, your other option is 60 days or 24 months. So, definitely reach out to us so we can help you with your inquiries. My God, I will be signing up tomorrow. Dreams come true. Drake, appreciate that, family. How many trade lines and for what amount do I need once I clean my credit? The trade line game, it really depends on where your credit is at. The thing I would tell you, I would not go and waste any money on trade lines until you talk to our team. I just had several clients who spent about $3,500 plus on trade lines, because the thing I tell people about trade lines, if you got to fix your credit, don't pay for trade lines up front. Because what happens, your credit looks good on paper, but for one, they're going to fall off eventually. And two, just because you have trade lines doesn't mean you're going to get capital. It's a certain way your credit profile has to be built. And I probably turned down hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years in selling trade lines, because I don't believe in selling people trade lines just for the hell of it. I want to make sure it makes sense. And I've even had people that got upset because I wouldn't sell them trade lines. But once they saw the reason why, they truly understood, and now they appreciate it, because we're not in the business of just taking people money. Again, my success is tied to your success. So if we're just selling you trade lines just to pad our pockets, that doesn't do anybody any good. I'd rather you use that money to do the things that I'm going to recommend for you to truly fix your credit, and then come back around so we can get you in position and getting access to some capital. All right, already reached out and paid. Thanks, King. Appreciate it. Absolutely. I tried to sign up, only got an appointment. Kevin K, not sure what you tried to sign up for. Send me a DM so we can figure out what's going on. All right. No credit, but want it all. What direction do I go first? You sign up for easy funding. Again, I can't give you one-on-one coaching on these lives because we don't know what your situation is, but I can tell you we've had many people in your boat who came to us with no credit, and we helped them get access to some capital. That's the beauty of what you get with working with us. All right. And I see my queen is out there holding it down. All right, family. So I actually stayed on a little bit longer than I was supposed to, but that's because I get excited. I truly love giving back. Before I hop off, a couple different things. Can you get easy funding with the bankruptcy dismissed? First of all, you can dispute your bankruptcy, but more importantly, depending on what your file looked like, we have had clients get capital with the bankruptcy on their report. So 88% off easy funding. I need everybody right now, go and find $349. Matter of fact, go sponsor somebody. Anybody who personally sponsors another person to get easy funding, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a copy of my book, Credit is King, and I'm going to do a one-on-one call with you. All right. So anybody who sponsors another person for easy funding, I'm going to send you an autographed copy of my book, and I'm going to do a one-on-one game plan with you about business, real estate. We can break down the deal, whatever. Just go to useeasyfunding.com, and when you get to checkout, it'll be $349, or put in the promo code $349. All right. One-on-one coaching, 38% off my one-on-one coaching. And it's really a combination of both real estate and credit coaching, which the promo code for that is credit 700. Credit 700. How do you sponsor somebody for easy funding? You just pay for them. Send me a message. My email is will@jmorrisonacademy.com. My wife will put my email address in there. If you sponsor somebody for easy funding, I'm going to do a call with you and send you a book. And if you have a book, hey, so what? Give the book to somebody else. This is a great stocking stuffer. All right. So do that. Sponsor somebody. One-on-one credit coaching, easy funding coaching, becoming more. Sponsor me. Hopefully somebody is sponsored becoming more in the live feed. So family, thank you all for hopping on this live with me on this Black Friday. Hopefully you guys take advantage of the Black Friday promotions. Hopefully you guys are taking advantage of the Black Friday promotions. Next week, make sure you tune in. I'm actually going to have another guest. This king, I'm telling you, started out as just a wholesaler. First of all, I don't even like the word wholesaler. He started out as an investor, just, contracting contracts, contracting properties. Did one-on-one coaching with me, put him in the easy funding program, and now has built just a shy under a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio outside his own backyard with the coaching. He's going to be my guest next week. So make sure you tune in, family. Again, family, I appreciate all y'all. I love y'all. Take advantage of our Black Friday promos. We will post this up on YouTube. At first, I was going back and forth because it's all promotional stuff, but I still think that it was value out of this live. So I'm still going to post this up on YouTube. Make sure you go and like the YouTube page and subscribe. But more importantly, I'm going to leave y'all with, make sure you tag a teacher, a principal, a community organizer, whoever. I'm giving away 100 books, but I want to give them away to one organization. Help me help them to be able to give away these books. Dope since 94. Appreciate that, King. Love you too, King. I want to give away 100 books. So make sure y'all share this page. Y'all share this video. Next week, special guest, and I'll see y'all, and hopefully you guys go out, have a safe weekend, family. All right, peace.